Okay, are we live? Do we have everything? Okay, hopefully it'll stay this way. Testing out a new internet connection, guys, so I'm about to break it already. Very low tech stuff. But anyway, guys, I thought that would give you a quick update before we get into the comic bento block that came in just yesterday by the count of this video, which was February the 2nd. A lot of you are, I'm sure, are like, why do you always time log these, Steve? Well, it's because in case I upload them late, like I did with the sci-fi nerd block, you'd know, okay, I did pre-record this and just haven't got a chance to upload it yet. So yeah, it came in yesterday on February the 2nd, so get into that nerd block. It's called the gray area, so it's the gray area box. Um, but before I get into the gray area box, I want to talk to you guys for a little bit because I haven't been able to update you guys, mainly because of the blizzard that happened and a whole bunch of other stuff. But if you guys haven't seen it yet, I just started a gaming channel. I'll probably be doing a stream from there today, just in case. So it's altogether one word, Sly Cooper 88 Gaming. And I'm going to be doing like whatever walkthroughs I want at this point. I'm currently working on Batman Arkham Knight. Just doing some stuff there. I'm still working my way through Uncharted, and I actually need to. I'm probably not going to get Drake's Fortune done before like Uncharted 4 comes out. But I do need to try to run through all three Uncharted games. That is kind of a goal of mine, is to get through all three games for those of you that have never played these games and probably don't want to go out and get them, but you like, the concept of the series. I will be continuing with with Uncharted. If my voice sounds extremely scratchy, it's because of my anger issues, because I like to yell and scream at the top of my lungs when, like a little child, when things don't go my way and then I pay for it later on because I'm an idiot. So if my voice sounds really scratchy or I start coughing, it's because I'm probably starting to get laryngitis from screaming and yelling at this stupid new internet setup. I'm not joking. I literally wanted to break this thing within a matter of it not working. But anyway, guys, back to the task at hand. So yeah, Sly Cooper 88 Gaming, I'm going to be working on Batman Arkham Knight some more. I'm currently doing all the side story stuff. And then I'm going to work onto the main game itself. And I'm going to be trying to work my way through Uncharted some more. I might actually work on that today, depending on how things go. And my writing's picked up. I'm finally getting back into writing. It's a slow process, but I'm, like I made the goal for myself creatively that I was going to try to, get more writing done and achieve my goal of trying to perfect and work on my craft of writing comics or just writing in general. So I'm getting a few things done, guys. A few things are coming my way. Things so far, I want to say, are optimistically looking good, but still could be better. Depends on how you look at it. But anyway, guys, let's go into pretty much something that had me excited, which is this month's. I keep wanting to say this month's, but really they ship them like after the month, like the beginning of the next month, or towards the end of it. But guys, let's get into January's Comic Bento theme, which is called The Gray Area. And this very much intrigued me, guys, because this was comics with characters or situations where the hero is not always the hero and the villain is not always the villain, or like they flip-flop. So like the hero ends up becoming a villain and the villain ends up becoming a hero. And the first one that I have up, which I'm going to actually return to what I call my coffee table pile. My coffee table pile being like, spares of books that I actually really like, or that I think are really, creative and inspiring for my mind when I read them, just from their concepts and stuff. It's just basically books that I really like. And I've noticed a theme as of late. Comic Bento's been on a Valiant tear. I think Valiant has been paying Comic Bento to be supplying a lot of their books as of late, because I have I have a copy of Quantum and Woody, the first volume. That was because I had bought that for a Black Friday Bento deal. And then I got Divinity in, as part of like their mystery Bento thing that they got, where they take, I guess, whatever spares they have on file, and they just make like a big mystery box from any of the things that they've created. Quote unquote, basically, like any books that they had lying around that they couldn't fill boxes with. They just basically make like, it's basically like a randomized order from one book from, I guess, from every bento box that's ever come into existence. So that's a gamble in and of itself, and I don't mind that. I may do that later on down the road. It doesn't bother me all that much. But anyway, guys, the first one up is actually a book that I was introduced to 2 years ago at Baltimore Comic Con, and actually had the first issue for, which is Volume 1 of Valiant's Rai, which is called Welcome to New Japan. This was very interesting because, to me, this series, if you like, anybody who's never checked out Valiant, and you're a big like anime and or like samurai fan, like of samurai mythology and culture, this book is interesting because it's pretty much like what I pretty much say. Imagine Imagine Samurai Jack's setting, but if Jack was like the protector of a futuristic version of Japan, and that he was techno-organic. Which, I don't know, it's a pretty cool concept. I mean, I don't I don't know how much to, hold on. Sorry, guys. Like I said, still trying to battle through the conceding laryngitis. Really should not have screamed when my internet went down. But anyway, yeah, this is a pretty good series. If you guys have not like heard of, once again, anybody who's never heard of Valiant and you want to check out Valiant, and especially if you're a fan of like anime and like samurai culture, like samurai films and stuff, you'll love this book, because this book is actually, it's pretty interesting. And I like the fact that they chose it, because it blurs that line between, what is man and what is machine? What is right and what is wrong? What's the difference between a guardian and a protector? So it blurs kind of that area of, okay, you can protect something, but are you really guarding it? So it's the moral question. There's a lot of moral questions. Okay, I was about ready to say, because I put that down there. Yeah, it's a pretty big moral question. Oh, I forgot that I actually already had this. Oh, that's my... Like, I found out that I actually was using my coffee table copy of Rai. I'm like, wait a minute, I open it up and I see Rai again. I was like, oh wait, this is the Bento one. Probably should have went with the Bento one, guys. But either which way, okay, you got Rai out the way, so let's... Where's my tweezers? That's funny. I was sitting there, I'm like, why do I have... Wait a minute, I'm like, what? I forgot that when I was grabbing this, I was reading my coffee table copy of Rai, so it kind of confused me. Anyway. There we go. Okay, I think I got it now. There we go. Okay, so we got Rye. Actually, show you guys. Yeah, I completely forgot that I had that in there, but yeah. Okay, so we got Rye from Valiant. Next one up, and I have to show this because it makes me laugh. Superior Iron Man. I actually don't mind this, guys. This fits perfectly with, the moral gray area. And it's a bit ironic because last month I read this. Like, I found this on my local bookstore shelf, and I decided I was gonna read through it to see what the big deal about this was. And I gotta say, I very much liked the idea of this. It's just funny. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, sorry. I just now realized. Oh wait, I'm shooting a video. What am I doing reading this? Sorry. I felt like reading this all over again, guys. Because it's a very interesting concept of what if Tony actually went back to his original ways, and what if he did become villainous, which is basically what Superior was about. And anybody who's never read this version of Iron Man, um, pretty much this is kind of what they were doing with Robert Downey Jr.'s character in Age of Ultron. The only difference is there's no Ultron, but Tony basically is trying to prepare the world for the future, and he ends up messing things up a lot more. The only difference is Tony is forcing people. Basically, the entire plot point of this is that Tony, the version of Tony, because this takes place right around after the Axis storyline. After the Axis storyline, this version of Iron Man, which is more an evil version of Tony, basically destroyed the physical body of the Tony that we know. And Tony is trying to basically stop him. Not only that, but this Tony pretty much releases an advanced version of Extremis on the entire populace of San Francisco. And in the process, Daredevil, since this was right around the time that Mark Waid had Matt, moved to San Francisco, Matt gets cured by Tony and basically takes away his vision. And so basically, this version of Iron Man is trying to deconstruct anybody that would stand in his way. And it's pretty interesting. I'll put it that much. I will put it that much. It's very interesting how they kind of wove that together, but I'm gonna put that away because I'll be too tempted to read that. So yeah, we got Rye from Valiant. We got Superior Iron Man from Marvel. And the complete first volume of Lola, and I'm presuming XOXO, okay, hugs and kisses, so it's like Lola, it's from Aspen Comics. Interesting. So reading the back of this, I'll definitely have fun reading this. Basically, Lola is from Aspen Comics is a post-apocalyptic book about a young woman named Lola who apparently, after surviving on her own for so long, must journey across a nuclear devastated U.S. in order to find the family that was taken from her. Along the way, she discovers the truth about the apocalypse and how inhumane people can become when trapped and pretty much not only that, but she will make a lot of costs that may not actually get. So, okay, this makes sense for the gray area. It's like some things that look bad are not actually as bad as you think, and some things that are bad aren't actually as bad. See, I like this. I like this. I like not only this book, but I like this entire bento box here. Because they're picking titles that actually kind of make sense. Or have a common theme to them. And last but not least, we have from Dark Horse Books, the comic novelization of Troublemaker. Or maybe it is a comic, but either which way, Troublemaker. And this is the first book, and it says, okay. Oh, it's the third adventure from. It's the third adventure from the hit novels Metro Girl and Motormouth. Huh. I may have to read this because I'm curious as to why this was put in the bento box. I guess because the characters do some shady things that they're not supposed to be doing. That's at least my presumption. Oh, they're going into the Florida underworld and finding a missing man. Okay. That's not bad. Like, this is not a bad block, actually. Keep wanting to say block. This is not a bad box, guys. This one actually turned out pretty decently. So a lot of it deals with the theme of heroes becoming villains, villains becoming heroes, and just genuinely the gray nature of humanity. Like, where is that fine line between doing what's right and basically doing what's wrong? And when I say doing what's wrong, I mean doing like stuff for yourself. Like, being selfish. Where does the line of selfishness kind of succeed at, and where does it end? So that's not bad, guys. Like, that's a pretty good block. I'm sure a lot of people are going to complain and say, that just, it didn't feel right. Yeah, well, you live, you learn. Sometimes you don't always get what you want. That's a fact of life. But anyway, guys, that has been for January's box of Comic Bento, the gray area. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I certainly enjoyed that. I'll actually have fun reading these once, I'm off camera and I'm not busy at the moment trying to upload this or any of the others, if I can upload them. Which, judging by the look that I'm seeing, my internet just disconnected again. So if you don't see this for months on end, Just know, guys, that I'm trying to get these out. So I'm gonna see if I can try to fix this thing, and I will see you guys for the next Bento box. I think my fourth sci-fi block is coming in tomorrow or so. At least that's what I was told. So we'll see.